Hello Aries, so I'm doing your weekly tarot for June 16th to the 23rd. Oh dear. I'm going to take a look at your situation. We'll find out why it's happening. We're looking at what's going on in your blind spot, figuring out anything that's working for you, and of course we're seeing how it is likely going to play out. Okay, right, so Aries, I didn't even get to start shuffling your deck properly. And that card, it wanted to be seen, right? Rolled off the table, landed in my lap, and nearly ended up on the floor. It's the card of vision. And initially, it was in the reversed position as well, okay? So that can indicate that something that you're trying to do might not be currently working out the way that you're wanting it to, or it might have come through like the physical manifestation of what you were trying to achieve might have come through to you in a different form than what you had expected it to, okay? Which we often find is going to be the case anyway, whenever we're trying to create something or achieve something. It doesn't often come through in the form that you know we're expecting. It says losing something is replaced with something else better. Great vision into the future. Okay, so again, with that being in the reverse position, maybe there is too much focus and too much emphasis on what hasn't worked out and why that hasn't worked out, rather than making room for something new to take the place of whatever it was that didn't work out. Okay, so yeah, that could explain it coming out in the reverse. Complicated. Okay, so there are many elements to consider, so step back. Yeah, this combination is saying either you or someone that you're dealing with, Aries, again, just take it as it resonates, has a bit of tunnel vision at the moment, okay? And that focus is not entirely being directed towards what is necessarily good, healthy, or positive. Okay, again, with that tunnel vision, the hyper fixation on what didn't work, that feels like it is complicating the situation even further. If you know that this is you, Aries, if you know that you're doing this, then they're asking for you to take a step back, because when we're too close to a situation, when we're too heavily emotionally invested in a situation, we're going to be blinded to what is the truth. We're going to be blinded to the obvious and to the obvious solutions, okay? Again, complicating things for ourselves. It's a lot like if you imagine you've gone along to view, I don't know, a magic show, right? And you're right up close to the stage, like you're in row 1 or row 2 away from the stage, right? You can see everything that's going on up close. You can almost be tricked, right? Because you're too close. So you're not necessarily going to see what's going on in the background, because your focus is going to be on the magician that's on the stage, So you might miss those subtleties, that the bigger picture that's going on. You might miss the curtain moving off in the corner there, which is all the people behind the stage, right? Pulling strings and whatnot. Okay. Now, those that are further back are going to see far more of what's going on, because they've got a different vantage point. They've got a different viewpoint. Imagine it a lot like the lens on this camera. I have set up this camera in such a way that you can only see a certain amount of what's going on within the room that I'm currently sitting in, okay? If I was to zoom out the lens, you would see the monitor that is on my wall. It's ever so slightly just out of camera shot because I don't want it in the camera shot. I'm only showing you what I want you to see. And the only thing I want you to see is the cards, the desk, the background. I don't want you to see a messy monitor on the wall. I don't want you to see the microphone. I don't want you to see the cameras. I've got two. There's one up there for the bird's eye view, okay? And I've got one here for the main view. I don't want you to see the cameras and the wires and the PC that is having everything fed to it and that is feeding power to everything, right? I don't want you to see all that. So my camera is set specifically to this one focus, okay? Now, having that fixed focus can be a good thing. But equally, it can also be a bad thing. I'm going to take my hand away. What is my hand now doing, right? You can only see one of my hands. What is the hand that you cannot see currently doing behind the camera? For all you know, I could be flipping you the bird. You don't know that. Now, if the camera lens was focused further back, you'd be able to see my hand. And what is my hand doing? It's nothing. It's waving. Right? So what are we left with? We're left with our assumptions of what could be going on, but we don't actually have the facts because that framework, the focus that you currently have is potentially working against you and making things even more complicated. You see how that works? So that's the energy that you're currently working with this week. I would say with this one, Aries, be careful of making assumptions. Okay, because potentially that will make things worse for you here. There is a clouded vision, a clouded focus. All right, you're not able to see the bigger picture at the moment. Okay, so step back, take a couple of steps back, refocus, and then you'll be able to see more of what is actually going on. It's that one there, the Queen of Cups. Interesting. Yeah, this might be along the lines of your own healing. It could be along the lines of your own spirituality, spiritual beliefs. Cups energy is very much connected to spirituality. I know a lot of people forget that because they see the cups straight away. Yes, jump to feelings, emotions. That's all valid, right? That is all entirely valid. This is about how you feel, but is also connected to spirituality, okay? That's got everything to do with this situation. Can you tell us more? Thank you. It's really interesting, isn't it, the way that the cards are coming out today? The Six of Swords. Aries, you're being reminded that your feelings are temporary. Your feelings change. And it's likely that either your feelings or someone else's feelings are complicating the entire situation. Message. You're about to receive a message with a special meaning. So this is the catalytic energy, right? This is why this is happening. Signs, communication, or information. Now, if we're on about terms of spirituality, which for some of you we are speaking in spiritual terms, for others of you we're speaking in terms of a specific relationship with another person, right? This could be spiritual messages have been coming in for you, Aries, that has been serving as a catalyst for you, that has been revealing information to you that you weren't privy to initially, but now you are privy to, which basically changes up everything, and it changes up how you feel, and therefore it's changing up your decision making about what you're going to do for the future. For those where this is about a relationship, where either you have revealed your feelings to this other person, where it's not been reciprocated, or they have revealed their feelings, their romantic inclinations towards you, and you have not reciprocated those feelings towards them. Either way, it has complicated the situation, it has complicated the relationship. Okay? That is the catalyst. Communication has been the catalyst. Can you tell us more about why this has happened for Aries, please? Oh, strength. Okay. Strength, courage, personal power, influence. The main thing that's coming through with this particular strength message, Aries, yeah, you've got the Seven of Swords as well. We'll get to that in a minute. The main thing that's coming through with this strength is a message about being subdued, okay? You don't have to fight to get your point across. You can influence the situation. You can subdue either the person or the situation. Secondary to the catalyst is the Seven of Swords. Potentially dishonesty. So message, strength, and the Seven of Swords. Has someone been found out in a lie that has now complicated the whole dynamics of the relationship? Again, if this is about spirituality, have you realized that maybe somebody that you were taking advice from was not being entirely truthful? It didn't quite click with you. It didn't quite sit right with you. And that's changed everything. What is this Seven of Swords for the catalyst here, please? What is the Seven of Swords? Aries catalytic energy. What's going on? Death. What else? Ace of Swords. It's under there. The Magician. Okay. So the Ace of Swords, you will notice, has not come out entirely in the upright position. That can indicate omission, right? So someone, somewhere along the lines, either you or another person that you're dealing with in any capacity, has made the choice to omit certain relevant information. Now, it feels like there's a bit of excuses going on. I didn't lie, I just didn't tell you. Well, you know, omission is still lying. Lying by omission, right? With death energy being here, yes, possible. You're dealing with a Scorpio. You might have strong Scorpio placements in your own chart, but you've also got Leo, Virgo, Gemini. Okay. Ultimately, we have a very real attempt at manipulation. Now, either the catalyst could be saying, Aries, this person tried to manipulate you and that's changed up how you feel towards them. Possible. Vice versa is also possible. Maybe you tried to manipulate another, even if your intentions were positive. Manipulation is still manipulation. It's kind of backfired. Okay. Whatever side of the table you're sitting on for this one, the manipulation has backfired. I need to dig a little deeper into that strength energy Because I'm definitely getting the message here about being subdued. Has someone tried to tell you what they assumed, because there have been assumptions that have been made, we've already covered that. They tried to tell you something that they assumed that you wanted to hear in order to keep you subdued? I'm feeling that that's possible. Either way, for whatever reasons they had, it's changed everything. And more specifically, it has changed how you see them. It has affected, I feel, the respect that you might have had for this person. Is like it's no longer there. And also, I'm not ignoring the fact that that Death card has landed right on top of the Six of Swords. There are no mistakes in tarot. Everything that happens during the reading is part of that reading, because we don't just read the cards, we read the energy. That is not by mistake, the fact that that card landed on top of the Six of Swords. I kind of feel at the moment you're in two minds. Do I cut my losses and run? Or do I try and figure this out? We don't know yet, because we've not gotten that far into your reading. Okay. But you know what I'm going to say in regards to that anyway. You have to do what you genuinely feel is the right move for you to make, and the right decision for you to make with a crystal clear conscience. Okay. What is this strength for Aries? What is this strength? Because I'm getting subdued. Damn. That's kind of spooky. The Six of Swords again. Okay. I feel, Aries, I feel that somebody tried to say what the other person wanted to hear because they thought that it would be easier. They were not expecting for it to backfire. Can you tell us more? Yeah, Queen of Wands. They thought they had everything under control. That was the catalyst. Somebody truly, truly believed that they had everything under control. So did they misread you? Possible. I'm not going to take anything off the table here. It's likely that they misread you. It's likely that they made one assumption too many. What's in your blind spot? Deceit. Be mindful of motives. Be mindful of hidden agendas. Somebody could be stabbing you in the back. In your blind spot. Well, now I know exactly what side of the table you're sitting at, Aries. You're sitting on the side of the table where somebody tried to manipulate you, aren't you? And you've caught them. It's changed how you see them. It's changed how you feel about them. So Queen of Cups with the Six of Swords. Feelings can and do change. What is this deceit in Aries blind spot, please? Are you currently being deceived? Are you currently being tricked? Or is this something that has recently happened? I'm not wanting an answer for that one. I put the question to you because that's something for you to maybe reflect upon. Ace of Cups. Dressed up. This deceit is dressed up as I care about you. I did it because I love you. What else? I'm fairly certain you can hear exactly what I think about that one. I'm one of these that can't, do you know what I mean? I can't disguise vocally and on my face, but you can't see my face. I can't hide what it is that I'm thinking or feeling. Like, I do not have that poker face and I do not have that poker voice. I cannot do it. Four of Wands. Interesting combination, that, isn't it? To clarify deceit. What's going on with this Ace of Cups and the Four of Wands for deceit? Oh, shit, okay. The Chariot. That one's off balance. Upright is the Eight of Wands and the Star. There's some sort of confirmation here that's coming through for you, Aries, about this person's deceit, trickery, two-facedness. Okay, that Chariot's come out off balance because it feels like they're going around and round in circles. It feels like they are starting to lose control of what they have already set in motion. Losing track of what they've been telling people, losing track of their own lies, because again, remembering we're clarifying deceit. Okay. Now, potentially, this can also be indicating that somebody is trying to lie to themselves about them really wanting a situation to work, about them being in love with someone. You know, they could be lying to themselves about that. Oh, but they wouldn't do that because they love me. Do you know what I mean? So someone is definitely making a lot of excuses and not making an awful lot of sense. However, you do have the Star here, Aries, which tells me when you temporarily disconnect and take a couple of steps back, pull back your energy, the solutions and the answers, it will become immediately obvious to you. Forbidden. For what is working for you, forbidden. A situation that is not easy and could cause you or others pain. So is someone being deceitful and lying about whether or not they're dealing with someone else? About whether or not they're still in love with someone else? So many different possibilities here. So many. I can't help but feel like you're the one that's being tricked. And I don't like it. Not all doors are meant to be opened. Not all relationships are good for you. Rejection is the universe's protection. Move on and choose another path. Someone is not emotionally available or ready to be in a relationship. And they're lying to themselves and lying to another person, likely lying to you, Aries, by making out otherwise. Can you tell us more about this forbidden energy and why that's working for Aries, the Lovers? Moving on, right? Lovers is union. It can be union with self, union with another person. It absolutely can be a choice. It can also be romance as well. There is a forbidden romance here. Friggin' Tower. What's working for you, Aries? Recognizing this situation is not for you. It is not good. It is not healthy. It is complicated as anything. Someone is being deceitful. And we've got manipulation backfiring on top of that. On top of that. There are so many red flags here. It is unreal. And that is ultimately what is working for you, Aries, because the red flags are there, the evidence is there, and that's working in your favor. How is likely going to play out the Warrior? That's literally your card, Aries. The Warrior. You are protected. Someone who is deeply committed, protective, and kind to you. So you have got someone that is going to be a healthy, equal partner. It is not with the person who has come out of this read, though. You do have a healthy partner in your energy. Time to think how committed you are to your path. Can you tell us more about this person that's coming in for Aries, please? Someone who is deeply committed and protective. The Five of Cups, yeah. Yeah, but first you need to release and let go of the person that has come out of your reading here. There's also a recovery, an emotional recovery time that is going to be required on your part so that you can wrap your head around everything that you're going through or have recently been through. Because what you don't want to be doing is engaging in this new energy with this new person, this new relationship, and bringing the old energies into that new connection. And sort of poisoning that new connection. Do you know what I mean? Giving yourself time and space so that you can process everything, so that you can grieve. Because the Five of Cups is grieving energy as well. And again, I've heard so many people describe this as, oh, you're crying over spilt milk. That's awful. I'm not crying over spilt milk at all. How disrespectful. Pain is pain, and it is valid. Aries, your pain is valid. I am seeing this energy here as basically being, you were certain, absolutely certain, that this individual was going to be your one. And it's turned out that actually you can no longer ignore the red flags, the evidence, the issues, the problems, the manipulations, the lies. Your feelings towards them have changed. You're hurting about it. That is valid. You can't skip that step. Nine of Pentacles, Judgment, and the Two of Swords. So you've got new opportunities coming through for you here, Aries. You've got new choices to make. And when you make these new choices, you're going to be making them from a position of strength and power rather than making them from a position of the Five of Cups. Hurt, pain, grief, anxiety, loss. The new choices that you make in regards to new person, new love, new connections, you're going to be making them from a healthy viewpoint. The Magician is your strongest overall energies, the most powerful card in the entire tarot deck, Aries, because it's a reminder that the power, the magic, it comes from within you. It's a reminder that you do get a choice in this, you do get a say in this. This is also saying for you to use all of the resources available to you in order for you to achieve the highest possible outcome for yourself. That's why I refer to the Magician as the most powerful card in tarot, because it's a reminder, Aries, that you do get a choice in this. You have a healing message. Thank you. Oh, wow. You got three of them. The Owl, the Moonstone, and the Fog. Okay. Right, let's take a look. Let me see. I think this one's got an index. Yeah, it does. Right. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. They've not listed these in alphabetical order, which is really bizarre. Okay, the Owl, number 34. Okay, so it says ancient wisdom, intuition, observation and guidance. The owl sits high in the trees, its sharp vision allowing it to spot the smallest creatures hiding in the grass and brush. The ancient Greeks and Romans associated it with divine wisdom, and it's affiliated with the goddess Athena. The owl is able to see what is hidden, including deceit. The bare branches in the card represent clarity, because nothing can hide from the owl. If you're going through confusing times and tough decisions, pull back and simply observe what is around you. Yes, and the owls have got a unique vantage point as well, because they can swivel their heads. So that's literally, your readings come full circle there, Aries, because you had that message there with vision and complicated, and your vision card was in reverse. Stop ignoring the obvious, stop ignoring the evidence, stop ignoring the red flags. Nothing can hide from you at this time. Okay. Moonstone is 30. And this one says soothing third eye and tranquility. Moonstone is a type of feldspar and is one of... the creator of this deck makes it very personal. Right, so it's a type of feldspar due to its ethereal... You know, I need to cross out unnecessary crap out of these decks. I really do. Right, I'll start that again. Moonstone is type of feldspar, and they say, this is one of my favourite gemstones. Yeah, who gives a shit? The shift in cool colours give it a very tranquil feel. Some cultures believe moonstone to be the moon's rays, solidified. It is said to aid with overcoming grief and stress. That's very valid and appropriate there, Aries. And it helps with strengthening your intuition and clairvoyance. So yeah, maybe harnessing the energy of moonstone can be very advantageous to you at this time, Aries. It is associated with the third eye and the crown chakras. If you are in need of recharging, then let the moonstone provide healing. Okay, so fairly straightforward there. And then fog. Well, you know what the fog is. It's confusion and uncertainty. When we're in the fog, it is difficult for us to see what is obvious. Okay. Feeling lost, uncertainty, confusion, and oppression. Shapes and shadows lurk in the distance. Fog. They've done it again. They've inserted personal opinions. Fog is a favorite weather pattern of mine. Again, who gives a shit? Fog conceals the truth. Yeah, just give us the information straight up, okay? And deprives us of our sense of direction. This is especially so since fog tends to occur at night or in the early morning when it's already dark. Uncertainty looms before you, so take heed, tread carefully, or simply wait for the fog to lift. Aries, you don't have to wait for the fog to lift. You know exactly how you can lift the fog yourself. Owl and moonstone. Seeing the truth for exactly what it really is. And then having the strength and confidence to face the necessary healing journey that follows on after. Okay, right, so some cheeky words of wisdom from the shitty deck. Life happens. Shit happens. It's not what happens to you, but how you respond to all of the shit thrown your way. Yeah, so never judge yourself by the way that other people treat you, because that's them telling you who they are. That's not them telling you that you deserve it, okay? It is your duty to stand up for yourself as and when it happens, though. People can talk shit, people can bitch, people can trip, people can shit on themselves. Don't care what happens to them, because they might have deserved all of the shit that's coming to them yet. So there's a reminder there about karma. Okay, what they have been dishing out, they absolutely will receive back in return with interest. And with all the piles of dirt, garbage and shit that you have been handed to in your life, you can grow a field of tulips, yeah. So you're turning this experience into very powerful growth. You're using this shit as a fertilizer for growth. But yeah, that is what I have for you guys today. I genuinely hope that that reading has been helpful. For personal reads with me, my website is phoenixkeiatarot.com. The link for that is in my description box below. Thank you so very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.